I just had my first mammogram. I went in just a little bit nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. I think the only expectation I had was pain. It wasn't like that whatsoever. I came in, I did a check-in process. They asked me the questions. Not a scary process, and then she calls my name to the back, and it happened pretty quickly. And I get to the back, and again, more questions, but nothing to the effect of, so invasive that I feel like, oh, I'm so exposed here. It was far more in-depth than I think I've been asked in the past about my family history. It went more into who had it, what age did they have it, and the aunts that had it, the cousins, were they their daughters? What's the positioning in the family? So it went a lot more in depth to the history. And that's when I realized, okay, there are more conversations that need to be had because I didn't know as much as I thought I did about my family history. And then she gave me the directions because, of course, this is my first mammogram. I had no idea what to do. And she says, hey, just do what I tell you to do. I'll take the lead and you just go with me. And I say, okay, surrender. Any questions that I asked, she answered them, and then she answered them in a way that I understood what she was saying. When she was asking about the family history, and she said, well, do you want to know why I took it from this angle and that angle? Because of course I didn't know why, but just to have that information, that made all the difference. For my first mammogram, I can attest that I experienced no pain. Was it uncomfortable? Yes. Were there some awkward angles? Yes. But there was no pain. I was shocked. I just knew that when you think about having something smushed down on your breast, you think, okay, that might be a little painful, but it wasn't. I felt very at ease, very comfortable. It was an atmosphere that was very supportive. I would definitely recommend that any woman who has a history like I do to get themselves a mammogram, get it early. It is scary, and it's okay to do things that are scary because information is incredibly important. Most importantly, getting it done at Thomas Hospital. Coming here, again, I felt so supported by the staff, and it didn't feel like a scary doom and gloom walking, into the unknown. It was more so, hey, I'm your friend. Let me escort you into your next era of information. If I can do it, even being afraid, you can do it too. I know you can. I have no doubt. So I did get a call back yesterday to come and do some more imaging and an ultrasound. Initially, believe it or not, I was insanely calm. Like, I remember walking that path feeling very in control because, regardless of what information I was going to receive, I felt really comfortable with the entire experience. But apparently, this happens often when women get their very first mammogram. They get that call back for some extra screenings. So I did have to do some more testing. After that, they also asked for ultrasound because whatever was showing up on the left side, they were like, okay, let's get some extra imaging. They affirmed that I was okay, that there were some cysts there, but that was normal for my reproductive age, and we'll keep an eye on it. Come back in a year, we'll do another mammogram. Going back is insanely important because early detection is the key to how your journey looks when it comes to breast cancer. It was pretty much instilled in me after my Aunt Catherine was diagnosed that, this is in our family and we can fight back. But again, we have to start early. And as long as you have the information, now you know how to put a plan in place. I felt 100% supported by Thomas Hospital. At no point, regardless of how uncomfortable the mammogram was, at no point was I afraid or felt like I was not in a safe space.